WA6LJS standing by for the Air Force Flyers Net, top of the hour.
WA6LJS, WB5DRI. Good morning, John.
Yeah, good morning, Brian. Good signal. You're about 10 over 9 right now. WB5DRI, WA6LJS.
Yeah, you're about almost the same with me here, John. Good signal. Good to hear you this morning. WA6LJS, WB5DRI, standing by for the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. We'll be starting up in about 7 minutes at the top of the hour on this frequency.
John, I've got you about 5-7, W4PUO.
John, are you copying Lee? He said he had you at 5-7 there. WA6LJS, WB5DRI.
Oh, yeah, I heard him. I thought he was talking to you. Yeah, W4PUO, WA6LJS. Yeah, you're about the same, 5-7, Lee.
Okay, thank you.
This is Whiskey Bravo 5, Delta Romeo India. We will be starting up the Air Force's Flyers Club Net in about 5 minutes at the top of the hour on this frequency. This is Whiskey Bravo 5, Delta Romeo India. We will be starting up the Air Force's Flyers Club net in about 4 minutes at the top of the hour on this frequency. Well, I heard somebody say good morning. This is WB5DRI. Who's the station calling there, please? Is that KF0OPE? Okay, real fine, Mike. Well, we'll get you in there. Do you need to be a short timer, or are you going to be around for the whole net? Okay, real fine, Mike. Well, we got you on the list. KF0OPE, WB5DRI. This is WB5DRI. I will be net control this morning for the Air Force's Flyers Club net. We'll be starting up in about 2 minutes. Well, good morning. I'm going to go ahead and start this thing up. This is WB5DRI. I will be net control this morning for the Air Force's Flyers Club net. I want to welcome everybody to the Saturday edition of this net. This net meets on this frequency, 14.290, every day of the year, normally starting up about this time, about 1000 Central Time. This time of the year, it's 1500 UTC. The Flyers Club consists of military aviation members, both active and retired, and veterans of all the military services, to include pilots, air crew, ground crew, air traffic controllers, missile crews, support crews, and anyone involved with military aviation from all of the air branches of all of our services. We also very much like to welcome visitors to the net, and you don't need to be involved with the military or aviation in order to check in. Break. Our purpose is to promote fellowship between those radio amateurs who devoted a portion of their lives to support our air forces. This is a control net. We like to use the words contact, relay, check-in, or info to contact net control. We also have a very good website at Air Forces, plural, Flyers, plural, club.org. I repeat, Air Forces, Flyers, club.org, which has a lot of good information about our net and bios from our members and an online application if you would like to join. Again, that's not necessary in order to check in. Again, my call sign is WB5DRI, and my I'm located down here in San Antonio, Texas, in the Alamo City in south central Texas. The format for this net is we take check-ins and we go down the list allowing each station to give their reports, and then we go back for a second 73 round if there's time. And usually on Saturdays we have a little more time for the net and usually a lot of check-ins. We also have a conference node on Echolink called AFFC, and we have a session that follows this one over on Echolink at the conclusion of this 20-meter net. At this time, I do have the following stations already on the list from NetLogger and from stations that I've talked to and heard this morning. I have at the top of the list right now W4PUO Lee. I have another Lee up in Arlington, N5BE. I have Carl, KF7GJO out in Sparks, Nevada. I have John, WA6LJS. And I think John has taken care of the NetLogger for me this morning, and thank you for that, John. I have Willie, KJ5BWB. I have Doug, K0YP. I have our commander, Bob, K1BOB. I have Joe, W5ABI. I have Jack, KM4CAX. And I have KG5SDB, Greg from Marble Falls. Good to have you back in there with us this morning, Greg. I have K4YDB, who is doing our live stream of the net over on YouTube. Thank you for doing that, Charlie. I have Chris, KS5KY. I have Ray, WB2JJO. I have Mike, KF0OPE. And I see that we've been joined by Chief Mike, WW5ENZ. I have also, it looks like another visitor from Alabama, Barry, KJ4UGO. So at this time, let me stand by for any additional check-ins to the Air Force's Flyers Club net. This is WB5DRI. Please call now. Okay, I got N0 Tango Sierra, I believe. Can you give me your name and location? Did I get your name as Stephen? Is that correct? Okay, Stephen, where are you located there, sir? Okay, real fine, Stephen. Well, good to have you in there with us this morning. Where's your exposition located there? N0TES, WB5DRI. Okay, Missouri, real fine, Stephen. Well, very good. Are you going to be able to stick around for our net? Okay, real fine. Well, glad to have you with us this morning, Stephen. And we'll put you on the list, and we'll get down to you. I'll try to get you in there a little bit early with the short timers if we have any this morning. So very good. John, WA6LJS, could you put out a call for us, please, sir?
Wilco, this is WA6LJS. Relaying for net control for the Saturday morning Air Force Flyers net. We're looking for check-ins, either members or visitors. Called out.
I
right, I heard a Kilo Juliet 5 Foxtrot Oscar something. Did you copy him? He's kind of weak here, Brian.
Yeah, I think I can copy him, John. Let me see if I can pick him up. Thank you. KJ5, can you come back with your full call again, please? Roger, KJ5, Foxtrot, Oscar, Foxtrot. Very fine. Can you give us your name there, location, over? Roger. Ocean Springs. Very good, Donald. Good to have you in there with us this morning. You going to be able to stick around? Roger. Well, thank you for your service. We welcome everybody, and we have a lot of Navy and Marine Corps and Army folks as well as Air Force guys in here. So welcome to our net, and we got you on the list there, Donald. We'll probably take you as a little bit early, along with the other visitors that we have this morning there. So thanks for joining us, and we'll get down to you. Let's see, can we get a call out from the East Coast there? How about Jack, KM4CAX? Could you put out a call for us, please, sir?
Saturday edition of Airport Flyers Program. Please come out.
Okay, real fine, Jack. Thank you for that. Let me go ahead and give the question of the day. We have a couple of helicopter questions this morning, actually. We usually have a question of the day. We kind of do this for just a fun thing. They're usually trivia questions, and that's what these are this morning, but these concern helicopters. And they are courtesy of Lee Bacon, N5BE, provided the questions this morning. So I'll thank him for that. Okay, the first question is, in the mid-60s, the United States Air Force contracted Bell Helicopter for a utility helicopter, a new helicopter. The primary mission was the support of ICBM silos in the continental U.S. But some of these aircraft were also assigned to the 20th Special Operations Squadron in the Republic of Vietnam. The program of record was the UH-1F, the Uniform Hotel 1 Foxtrot, UH-1F. And it was loosely based on the Army UH-1 Bravo, the Uniform Hotel 1 Bravo, but with significant differences. And the question is, name the configuration difference that is not correct. In other words, all of these were different things between these two helicopters, but one was the same. So name the one that was the same. Okay, the possible answers are A, a different engine, B, a longer tail boom, C, a main rotor, D, tail rotor, and E, avionics. So the possible things that were the same of these two helicopters were A, different engine, B, longer tail boom, C, main rotor, D, tail rotor, E, avionics. And the bonus question is, which country recently received UH-1Y and AH-1Z aircraft via a foreign military sales contract? And the possible answers are A, UAE, the United Arab Emirates, B, Oman, C, Philippines, D, Czech Republic, E, Greece. So the bonus question is, which country recently received UH-1Y and AH-1Z aircraft via an FMS sale? And the possible answers are UAE, Oman, Philippines, Czech Republic, or Greece. So those are the two questions. If anybody needs any repeats, please let me know. This is WB5DRI. Okay, I don't hear any stations calling. Let's go ahead and start off the net. Do we have any other short timers in addition to the visitors that I want to try to get in there early? Any short timers for the net this morning? This is WB5DRI. Please call now.
Relay.
Go ahead, relay.
Yeah, KG5SDB, Greg is the short timer there. I moved him up the list there, over.
Okay, real fine. We'll put him at the top of the list. Any others this morning? This is WB5DRI. There's a station calling. Can you come back again? Is that a Kilo Foxtrot 0? Okay, real fine. Kilo Foxtrot 0, Papa X-Ray Oscar. Can you give us your name and location, over? Okay, Jim. Well, congratulations on that. Good to have you with us this morning on the net here. You've landed on the Air Force's Flyers Club net. Are you going to be able to stick around with us? Okay, real fine. Yeah, well, we use those web SDRs ourselves quite a bit to hear stations around the country when the conditions are not good everywhere. So good to have you with us this morning, Jim, and we'll try to get you in there towards the top of the list here. Let's go ahead and start up here. First on the list this morning is our short timer KG5SDB, Greg up in Marble Falls. Good morning, Greg. You're up for the net, sir. WB5DRI.
Good morning, Brian. I have you on the SDR and very faint on my radio. This morning it's about 65 degrees and cool and cloudy and a little bit rainy, which is certainly much better than it was last week when we had hail up to 3.5 inches of kind of hail I've never seen before. One even punched clear through my roof, so I'm getting a new roof as soon as I can get that arranged. Anyway, as far as the questions go, I have no idea, so I'm going to say A and A. Alpha and Alpha for my answers. And we'll just see where it goes from there. Kilo Golf 5, Sierra Delta Bravo, back to the net.
Okay, Greg, real fine. KG5SDB. Good to have you with us this morning, and sorry to hear about your 3.5-inch hail up there. Yeah, I guess there's some bad weather up North Texas right now. I hope it doesn't cause any problems for anybody. And I think we're supposed to get some rain here tonight, later on around 4 to 6 o'clock this evening here in San Antonio. So hopefully we won't have any hail either. But insurance is a good thing to have for certain. When you live in this part of the country where we get hailstorms typically this time of the year. But I got your answers there, Greg, as Alpha and Alpha. So we'll see how that comes out here, and I appreciate you joining us this morning. And 73 is to you if we don't get you in there for a second 73 round there. Break with you. Let's go Let's go to another visitor here. Let's go back to, let's see, KJ5 Foxtrot, Oscar Foxtrot, Donald in Ocean Springs there. We'll relay that. Let me go back to our expo station and see if we can get him back in here and see if he wants to provide an answer to the question here. Let me go with him first. That would be November 0 Tango Echo Sierra. Stephen at the expo in Missouri. What do you have for our net this morning, Stephen? You're up, sir. WB5 DOI. Okay, Stephen, real fine. N0 Tango Echo Sierra. This is Whiskey Bravo 5 Delta Romeo India. My name is Brian. I'm down here in San Antonio, Texas. And we want to welcome you and your expo there to our net. We're a group of amateur radio operators who all have a common bond of having been veterans of all of the military services supporting the aviation missions for the most part of those services. But we do love to have visitors, and thanks for joining us this morning. And that sounds like a very interesting expo that you have of outdoor adventurers there. Sounds like a lot of fun. So thanks for joining us again, and hope you enjoy listening to our net there. Break with you. Let me go back and get some of the other visitors that we have here this morning. Let's go to Barry out in Alabama, KJ4 UGO. Barry, what do you have for our net this morning? You're up, sir. WB5 DRI. Is anybody hearing Barry? I don't have a copy on him. John, can you give him a call? KJ4 UGO. Wilco, KJ4 UGO. Barry, you're up. WA6LJS relay. I don't hear him here, Brian. Okay, real fine, John. Well, thanks for trying there. Maybe he had something else he had to do this morning, so we'll just move on here. We tried to get him in there, so let's go to our next visitor there. Let's go to let's see. Let's try N6. Let's see, is it N6LDP? Is he still in there? Yeah, N6LDP. Good morning, Larry. You're up for the net. WV5 DRI. Did he turn it? I wasn't copying him all that well. He was right in my noise practically. Did anybody copy him? N6LDP, WB5DRI. Well, I apologize there, Larry. I didn't have a very good copy on you with the conditions this morning, but thanks for joining us this morning. And we'll try it again we'll try you again on the 73 round here. Well, let's go out to Ocean Springs to another visitor here, the KJ5 Foxtrot Oscar Foxtrot. I know I'll hear him, Donald there. Let's see, Donald, you're up for the net there in Ocean Springs, WB5DRI. I'm not hearing Donald, so let's go ahead and move on. Let's try another one of our visitors here, and then we'll go to the regular list. Let's try KF0 Papa X-Ray Oscar Jim in Colorado. KF0 PXO. Jim, you're up for the net. What do you have for our net this morning? WB5DRI. Well, your 100 watts is doing a good job for you this morning. There, Jim, you're making the trip out here to San Antonio just fine. You're probably about an S7 or S8 there, but good to have you with us this morning, and thanks for joining us. And I'm glad you were able to get on this morning with us. Anything else for our net? WB5DRI. Okay, well, Semper Fi there to your son. We have something in common. My youngest son is a 23-year retired Marine officer, actually, who was a company commander in Fallujah. So he saw a lot more combat than I did in my Air Force career. Anyway, good to have you with us here, Jim. So let's go ahead and move on. Break with you. Thanks for joining us, Jim. Let's go to our regular list and start at the top. W4PUO. Lee, good morning. WB5DRI. You're up, sir.
WB5DRI, W4PUO. Good morning again, Brian. And it's nice to have visitors on this morning. I didn't get the prefix for Jim there, PXO. I just missed it. I was distracted, but your signal is very good there, Jim. I'm not sure where you're calling from, but we had you at about a 5.7 and very good audio. I'm going to answer your question with a couple of guesses, Brian. I'm going to guess Alpha and Echo. Alpha and Echo. And like I said, it's a guess. Don't really know much about the particulars of foreign military sales on that particular bird. So 73s to you. I'm going to be one and done, but I will listen to the end. W4PUO.
Okay, Lee, W4PUO, WB5DRI. Well, I got your answers there, Lee, is Alpha and Echo. So very good, and we'll see how that comes out. And have a great day out there in Belleville, Texas there. Hope you don't... You'll probably be getting some rain, I would guess, later this evening after we have our rain that comes through. But 73 is to you there, Lee. Have a great day. And thanks again for joining us this morning. Break with you. Let's go to another Texas station here up in North Texas to Lee up there in 5BE. And thanks for the questions this morning, Lee. You're up for the net, sir. WB5DRI.
WB5DRI and 5BE. Good morning, Brian. And good morning to everyone on the net. Because of all the shenanigans going on in the Middle East, I thought I'd drop in a helicopter Middle East story. One of the great things that happened in my career was being assigned to Bell Helicopter as a tech rep for General Electric. And part of that was going on international trips with the 214ST. We were on marketing demo trips. In 1983, during the Iran-Iraq War, we went out to the Middle East to peddle the aircraft. We initially were based out of Muscat, Oman, and did a lot of demos there with the Police Air Wing and the Army and other entities. But we got an invite to go down to Salalah, Oman, down by the Yemen border, and we decided to take the coastal route on the way down and take the desert route on the way back. We didn't have enough range to go direct via the coast, so we got permission from the Omanis to go out to Masira Island to refuel in order to make the trip. Masira Island was the initial base for the Rapid Deployment Force, so we got special permission to go there. And strange thing happened. We were gassing up, and a C-141 came in and landed and disappeared. I have no idea where it went. If it was gone, there were no buildings for it to hide behind. I had no idea. So we took off from there and made for the coast, and that's when we saw thousands of sea snakes and hammerhead sharks. We went down to Salalah, spent 2 days there with the seconded British Army pilots and a bunch of ex-Rhodesian and South African commandos. Boy, those are the guys you want on your side when the going gets tough, especially those Rhodesians. Oh, my gosh. So we demoed there, and then on the way back, we took the desert route, and that's when we saw the old kind of Bojess forts, the Oasis, wild camels, and it's in the empty quarter. And if you look at the sectional, there's a dashed line there between Saudi Arabia and Oman, and it says, boundary undefined. No one cares. So we made it back in the Muscat and had a nice shower and a good meal that night. So that was a good trip. All right, I can say a little bit more about this configuration that the question is built around. It's very interesting, and the Air Force really got a great aircraft there. All right, WB5DRI and 5B.
Okay, real fine. Standby check-in. Real fine, Lee. Well, thanks for that story. You have some great memories of your days with helicopters there, and that sounds like some really interesting flying over there in the Middle East. So thanks for that story. And break with you. Let's get the check-in there. I think that might be K2SJP. Is that you, Bob? Go ahead.
You are correct. WB5DRI from K2SJP. We're at the home QTH. Running late. We got over here late. The amplifier was off yesterday. It's on now. Just put it on so up there now. We got 80 degrees here in Nampa. Sorry I missed the question, so I still have to bypass on that. So thanks for running the net, Brian. I'm glad we're able to make it in time. WB5DRI, K2SJP.
Okay, another check-in. I'll put you down on the list here, Bob, and good to hear you there from your home QTH. You're sounding good. You're about an S9, about 5.9 with me this morning. Good signal here in San Antonio, so good to have you with us. Break with you. Let's go back to the list here. Let's go out to Sparks, Nevada, to our station out there. Carl, KF7GJO. Good morning, sir. You're up. Carl, WB5 Deer Life.
Yes, Ken.
I get to go play in it afterwards. The XYL has already set up a whole list of chores for me to do outside. And why me? I'd rather sit in here in the shop. Oh gosh, radio reception this morning is really a roller coaster. When you were running a S9 to 5/9, Brian, until you went to get the question out. It's like URT. I mean, you dropped so far into the noise. I switched over to Utah SDR, and same story. It sounded like well, it was unintelligible down here. So. I don't have an answer for the question. I heard something about an F model Huey before you went south on me. And it's hard to say what was an F model because there were so many models of those airplanes. Speaking, when you get to different model changes on the small Huey fuselages, that involves engine gearbox and rotor changes. So, if I'm guessing the question right, the processor is going to be one that does not involve the engine gearbox or rotor system. So if you could figure out an answer for me for the first question, helicopter with the don't quote me on this, but it's just too many decades back now. I believe it had the same engine. The model had the same engine as the updated probably the most common of what it might the larger engine. It was just about everything. So I hope you can piece something together out of all that for me, buddy, for an answer, and I'll send it back to you and be standing by for the second round. WB5DRI,
Okay, Carl. I didn't quite get your answer there, though. Which answer did you select for the first question there, over?
I don't know which letter it would be, but if I heard enough of the question before you stated the content you were referring to,
Okay, real fine, Carl. I think you turned it there. I don't. I guess the conditions are not that great this morning. Signals are up and down here, and you were up and down. I guess I was up and down with you as well. But good to have you in there with us this morning, Carl, and thanks for your explanation there. The two aircraft, or two helicopters, are actually the Foxtrot and the Bravo models. And all these things that I mentioned, there was only one thing that was the same between the two helicopters there. So that may be some better explanation of the question there. And the second question had to do with which country had recently bought a couple of helicopters from an FMS sale. And so I guess you probably didn't hear that question. Let me go ahead and move on here. Good to have you with us this morning, Carl. And let's go to John out in Hamul, WA6LJS. John, you're up, sir. Thanks for your help on the Netlotter this morning. WB5DRI.
Okay, thanks, Brian. At WB5DRI, this is WA6LJS. Good morning to everybody on the net. Conditions aren't the greatest today. You're good. You're 10 over the whole time. But I couldn't hear Sparky at all, so I didn't get his answer to the question. I even tried a couple SDRs. I just started to barely hear him on Lumpkin, but not strong enough to make out what he was saying there. Let's see. We've got a pretty nice day today. Some wispy clouds, but a lot of blue sky, and it's going to get up to about 54 now, and I think we'll get up into the low 70s. Answer to the question, I don't really know, but I'm going to choose, for the first one, I'm going to choose Echo, the avionics. And for the second one, I'm going to choose Charlie, the Philippines. So put me down for Echo and Charlie. And back to you, WB5DRI, WA6LJS.
Okay, John, WA6LJS, WB5DRI. Well, real fine, John. I got you down for Echo and Charlie. That would be the avionics as the thing that was the same. And the second question would be the Philippines, for the country that recently purchased UH-1Y and AH-1Z helicopters. So very good. Let's go ahead and move on. Also want to recognize W5PIX Cliff, and I think he's on the base. Are you on the base this morning, Cliff? Over.
Negative, sir. I'm on the mobile in Waco, Texas, southbound to Dallas.
Oh, okay, you're mobile. Okay, well, let me go ahead and let you take your turn there, Cliff, since you're mobile. W5PIX, close to Waco, I think you said. You're up for the net, sir. Good morning, WB5DRI.
This is W5PIX, thank you, Brian, WB5DRI. Well, I'm in Waco, and Miss Carolyn, I'm going right past her university here at Baylor, and it's raining, and we just got up just a little bit ago because we ran out of hours finally about 2 o'clock this morning. So anyway, we're headed to the house, and we do have a load for San Antonio for Monday morning. So anyways, I did not hear the question about airplanes. I mean, the helicopters. And only thing I know about helicopters are the engines and the cyclic and the collector. They're all the same. Because that's part of what I had to know when I was in the Navy. Even though I never worked on a helicopter, I still had to know a little bit about them. So I will not answer the question because I heard the question when you repeated it, but I have no idea what is similar to either one of them. I have no idea which company has bought it. A country has bought any helicopters of ours, and with the situation going on, I'm sure we're going to celebrate some more. I was just listening to General Petraeus there this morning with Neil Cavuto on Fox News as I was getting ready to go, and boy, he's really getting down on around the government about how small and old our Air Force is. They're talking about the B-52 celebrating its 70th year of flight. Man, that's a long time for one airplane, but they don't fly it every day, so it's not like me being out here in my 20-year-old truck plus. So anyways, back to you, Brian, and thank you guys. Everybody have a good day. Like I said, it is raining, but we are enjoying it. So back to you, Brian, WB5DRI, W5PIX Mobile out here listening on the Georgia Lumpkin.
Okay, Cliff, real fine. W5PIX, WB5DRI. Good to hear you there, Cliff, out near Waco, and drive carefully there. I know you're making your deliveries there in your truck and headed back this direction, I think, towards San Antonio, and you're by Baylor University. So very good. Just drive carefully in all that bad weather there, the rain that's going on up there. But good to hear you, Cliff. Good to have you with us this morning. Break with W5PIX. Let's go to another Texas station that I was hearing on the SDRs earlier. Willie, KJ5BWB up near Belton. You're up, Willie. Good morning. WB5DRI.
WB5DRI. Oh, stand by. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to mute my SDR. WB5DRI in the group from KJ5BWB. Good morning. Kind of gloomy here in Belton. Got one dog right under my chair here. Got a Chihuahua in my lap, and the hound is on his bed. He's been passed out all morning, so yeah, conditions really aren't that great. John, WA6LJS, you're only about a S4 here. But, with the noise reduction, I don't really have any noise, so still plenty loud and clear, but yeah, the band needs to drink some coffee with us and wake up. But other than that, not a lot going on. I don't know much about helicopters either, but I'm not too sure. I'm going to go ahead and go with Alpha and Charlie. Why not? See where that gets me. So send it back to you, Brian. WB5DRI in the group from KJ5BWB. I'll be here at the bottom.
Okay, Willie, KJ5BWB, WB5DRI. Well, good to hear you this morning, Willie. And I got your answers there as Alpha and Charlie. So very good. Let's go ahead and move on here. Break with you. Let's go out to Mississippi to one of our stations out there this morning. Doug, K0YP. Doug, good morning, sir. You're up for the net. WB5DRI. Okay, Doug, real fine. Well, good to hear you this morning, Doug. Thanks for joining us, K0YP, WB5DRI. Yeah, I got you down for Echo and Delta, and we'll see how that comes out, Doug. But very nice signal into San Antonio this morning. I think you're still an S9 with me here. So let's go ahead and move on. Break with you. Let's go to our commander up near Boise, Idaho, K1BOB. Bob, good morning. You're up, sir. WB5DRI.
They had different engines. This is the thing that they had different engines. One had 58 GE3, which makes sense. Coming from the source that did, Lee there. And the UH-1B had a T53. I'm not sure who made that. So I'm going to say engine first and foremost. I saw a picture of one with a longer boom for instrument work and training, I think. It had an exceptionally long boom on it. So that was my second question. I'm assuming there's only one answer. So my first answer for the first question is Alpha and Bravo. And then the second one, I'm going to go with Czech Republic too, as well as Bugbear. So answer 1 is A/B. Answer 2 is Delta, Czech Republic. Well, thank you for running the net. Tough conditions here. A few stations I can't hear on my radio, but otherwise it's working. And hope this calms down a bit. This is K1BOB. John, thank you for doing the net logger as usual. And thanks for doing the nets today, Brian. K1 at BOB, back to net.
Okay, Bob, real fine. Well, I got your answers as Alpha and Bravo and Delta for the second question there. On the first question, Bob, it was the way it was phrased. It maybe wasn't completely clear. I was really looking for the thing between those two helicopters that was the same. All of the things that I mentioned were different except for one thing that was the same. So is that, you still want to go with the Alpha there, over?
For Ed.
Okay, I got you down for Ed there, Bob. Real fine. Echo for the first one, Delta for the second one. Very good. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's go out to Las Cruces, New Mexico, to Joe, W5ABI. Good morning, Joe. You're up, sir. WV5DRI.
Yeah, WV5DRI and the Flyers, W5ABI. Good signals all around this morning here. I don't know. I'm copying everybody on the radio, so you're about 10 over. I don't know what I'm doing in Texas, but you got a good signal, Brian. Anyhow, boy, I'm stumped on this. I'm just guessing here. I'm going to go with Bravo for the first one and Delta for the Czech Republic. So I'm probably wrong, but I had to give it a shot. Anyhow, beautiful day here. 75 degrees out already. It's supposed to go up to 90. I had to shift the heater to air conditioner here in the shack, so it's getting that way. It's about 75 or 80 when I come in the shack. So we got the air conditioner rolling. We'll be here at the bottom. Thanks for running the net. WB5DRI, W5ABI.
Okay, Joe, real fine. Well, you're almost 10 over 9 with me here in San Antonio as well, Joe. Beautiful signal. So good to hear you this morning. And I got you down for Bravo and Delta there, so we'll see how that comes out. Break with W5ABI. Let's go to KM4CAX. Jack out in Silverton, Georgia. Jack, you're up for the net. Good morning again. WB5DRI.
any power or something, but you haven't got your amplifier on or what? I don't know, Brian. Like folks when they have noise and everything. It's 83 degrees here today, going up to 87. Pleasant temperature to go to bed. Don't look very good because green on them, but next minute they'll brighten up. The one that John Alpha listened to the air to get the answers that got him somebody to WB5 DRI.
Okay, Jack, I didn't quite get your answers there. What were your answers to the questions there? KM4CAX, WB5DRI. Okay, Jack, real fine. I think I got your answers as Charlie and Delta there. So, very good. Let's go ahead and move on here. Break with you. Let's go ahead and go to our live stream guy. Charlie is also out in Georgia, in Cartersville, Georgia, K4YDB. Good morning, Charlie, and thanks for what you do there with the live stream. You're up, sir. WB5DRI.
WB5DRI, K4YDB. Well, good morning, Brian. Morning to all the flyers out there. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Right now, it's currently 68 degrees here. We're supposed to get up into the low 70s today. It was muggy this morning, though. We had like 99% humidity. I'm waiting for the grass to dry out so I can get the grass mowed. Yesterday, I decided to work in the house. I had a lot of cleaning to do. So I think I'm got that all caught up for now anyway. And then I'm going to go out there and see if I can play in the dirt today. But conditions are so-so here. There's Jack I had a hard time with. Bob, K1BOB, he was just above the noise. So I'm not hearing everybody this morning, but it's Byron, your signal's held up between a 7 and a 9 for the whole net. But anyway, as far as the question goes, gee, I really don't know, but I'm gonna go with Alpha on the first, and I'll go with Delta on the second. WB5DRI, K4YDB. I'm back to net.
Okay, Charlie. Well, good to hear you this morning. You've got a beautiful signal here in San Antonio over the 9 mark with me, so good to hear you. And we got you down for Alpha and Delta there, Charlie. So break with K4YDB. Let's go to Chris, KS5KY, out in Kentucky, out there in Bowling Green. Chris, you're up for the net. Good morning, WB5DRI. Okay, real fine, Chris. Well, good to hear you this morning. And I got you down for Alpha and Delta there, so let's go ahead and move on. Break with KS5KY. Let's go to Ray out in New Jersey. Whiskey Bravo 2, Juliet Oscar. Ray, good morning. You're up, sir. WV5 DRI. Okay, Ray, real fine. WV2JJO, WB5 DRI. Well, good to hear you this morning, Ray. And I got you down for Echo and Delta. So let's go ahead and move on. Break with you. Let's go up to Nebraska to Mike, KF0OPE. Mike, good morning again, sir. You're up for the net, WB5 DRI. Okay, real fine, Mike, KF0OPE, WB5 DRI. Well, good to hear you this morning, Mike. And I got you down for Delta and Delta. That would be the tail rotor and the Czech Republic for the second question there. So very good. Let's go ahead and move on. Break with you. Let's go to up to Oklahoma City to our station up there, WW5ENZ. WV5 DRI. Good morning, Mike. Okay, Mike, real fine. Well, 73 is to you, Mike. Have a great day there in Oklahoma, near Oklahoma City. And I got you down for Echo and Delta, so very good. We'll see how that comes out. Break with you. Let's go to another Texas station here, up near Belton, or in Belton, Texas also. James, KG5 PTE. James, good morning, sir. You're up for the net. WB5DRI.
WB5DRI, KG5PTE here. I've got no idea what the answer is. I've been listening, but I'll follow Mike's lead. Echo and Delta. It's just a guess. I don't know. I've been looking it over, but I just don't know the answer. So put me down for Echo and Delta. And rainy, drizzly day here. Got the windows up, got the fans on, air conditioners off. It's cool outside in the 60s, and it looks like more rain coming later this evening and tonight. So anyway, if Cliff is listening, I got the 2 meter on when he passes through. So catch everybody later. KG5PT. I'll be back. I'll be here for 73 round.
Okay, real fine. James got you down for Echo and Delta, and good to have you in there with us this morning there in Belton. So very good. Let's go ahead and move on. Break with you. Let's see if one of our visitors might still be in there with us this morning. KE8YXC. Bobby, if you're still out there with us, go ahead and take your turn. This is WB5DRI. Well, I think he may have checked out. Let's go ahead and move on here. Break with him. Let's go to down to Lutz, Florida, to somebody that I know I'll hear again. Bob, you're up for the net. K2SJP, WB5DRI. Good morning again, Bob.
Okay, Brian, thank you for running the net. And so I took you back up to the first transaction for our return from sure enough, my amplifier was off. But it's running okay now. Maybe I had a little higher pressure on it. Shut off. Remotely, I just turn it on. Not yet, anyway. I will be able to change this with the right when I arrived here at 11 a.m., Fox was out the door. So it's inside the house now. It was already at the door. So exactly before that. So I got it. Hopefully, so thank you. I'll be opening Fox in a little while. And probably hooking it up. Got a few things to do. So we got to get that done first, and then we'll do that. That's the 710 over here. Went on over to the AC and the AC rep was telling us about it. So good work. Thank you for running the net line. Not everybody is today. I think the application is down a little bit. Direction anyway. But you're going on. So that's season
Okay, real fine, Bob, K2SJP, WB5DRI. Well, good to have you with us this morning, Bob. I'm glad everything is going okay for you out there in Lutz this morning. And let's go ahead and move on, break with you. Let me go back to our mobile station there and see if he might still be in there. W5PIX, WB5DRI. Well, I'm not hearing Cliff right now. We'll try him again later on. And we have a visitor out there I see from Oklahoma that popped up on the net logger. Let's see if we can get him in there this morning. Kilo India 5, Zulu Delta Foxtrot, KI5 ZDF. Tim, if you're still in there with us, you're up for the Flyers. What do you have for our net this morning? WB5DRI. Well, I don't hear Tim. John, WA6LJS, can you give him a call for me, please?
Yeah, TI5CDF, you're up, WA6LJS relay. Nothing heard here, Brian. Back to net.
Okay, John, thank you for that. Well, we tried. I see we have another visitor there. Let me see if we can get him in there. Bob from here in Texas also. KJ5 Papa Bravo Zulu. KJ5 PBZ. Bob, you're up for our net. What do you have for our net this morning? WB5, you're up. Well, I don't hear Bob. Let's go ahead and let me go ahead and give the answers here. Before I do that, let me have Lee give the answers, since these are his questions this morning. A couple of pretty good questions, I thought, on helicopters, and we'll have him start off the 73 round. Before I do that, did I miss any stations on the list, or do we have any last check-ins before we go to the 73 round and give the answers to the questions? This is WB5DRI. Please call now. Well, hearing none, let's go ahead and have Lee give the answers to the questions, and go ahead and take your 73 round, Lee. N5BE, WB5DRI. Thanks again for the questions, Lee.
WB5 DRI N5BE. Well, thank you for letting me throw some helicopter questions in there. The UH-1F was very unique in that the Air Force spec'd out an aircraft that didn't exist, but that's what they wanted. Bell obliged because they were moving off the Bravo model of the helicopter into the Charlie, and they had the D model underway as well. So what the Air Force ended up with was based on essentially an engine that they already had in their inventory. So one of the major changes between the B and the F was the Air Force supplied T-58 engine off the H-3. That engine was rear drive, where the Lycoming engine is front drive. So they had to install the T-58 backwards in order for it to drive the transmission. And there was a lot of acrimony between GE and Bell at the time, because Bell believed that GE was pushing this, and and really was the Air Force. So in order to accommodate the higher horsepower, they needed a bigger rotor, and that meant a longer tail boom. So at the end of the day, the only thing that was left common between the two engines, and what the correct answer was the avionics package. So standard VHF, UHF radio package, that was the same between the two models. There's something ominous though, in the first engine run of that new installation, the engine caught on fire, and it was because somebody had incorrectly installed an oil line. So, a little karma there. On the second one, it was the Czech Republic. They ended up with an FMS case that consisted of refurbished aircraft coming out of inventory and new build aircraft coming off the assembly line in Amarillo. Those aircraft still have some very unique capability that the Army does not have on their aircraft. They've got a very, very good flare on that, where you can VID targets at incredible range with a passive device. I'm not going to tell the range on the radio, but let's just say it's eye-watering. So good for the Czech Republic. Okay, I'm going to pull the plug. I got storms coming. I got lightning all around me. So thanks for letting me participate today. I always enjoy it. WB5DRI N5B 73 all.
Okay, Lee, real fine. 73 is to you, sir. Thanks again for the questions there. And very interesting stuff about the helicopters there. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's go to our 73 round. Let's go to KF7GJO. Let's see. Carl, you're up, sir, for the 73 round. WB5DRI. Okay, Carl, 73 is to you, sir, and thanks for joining us this morning. KF7, break with KF7GJO. Let's go to WA6LJS. John, you're up for the 73 round, and thanks for your help this morning, and you got one of the answers correct there, WB5DRI.
Conditions are starting to fade a little bit. You were about 10 over most of the time. Still no Q5 copy. 73, WB5DRI, WA6LJS, back to that.
Okay, 73 is John. And let's go ahead and move on. Let's go to Willie. If you're still in there with us, Willie, KJ5BWB, you're up for the 73 round. WB5DRI.
WB5DRI in the group, KJ5BWB. Good question, and I definitely learned something. Good to hear, Bob. Strong signal this morning, Bob, and glad to have you home. So 7-3s, everybody. I'll be on Echo Link and send it back to net control. The band is definitely fading. KJ5BWB, 7-3s, everyone.
Okay, Willie, well, 73 is to you. Still hearing you well on the SDRs, so have a great day there in Belton. Break with KJ5BWB. Let's go back out to Mississippi, to Moss Point. K0YP. Doug, you're up for the 73 round. Congratulations on the correct answers there for both questions. WB5DRI. Okay, Doug, well, 73 is to you, sir, and you're sounding good here in San Antonio, so I think it's working pretty well for you there. So 73s, break with K0YP. Let's go back to our commander there, K1BOB. You figured it out, the correct answers there, Bob. You're up for the 73 round, WB5DRI.
Lemming down, I think, Brian. I like that better. There's something about that, and Mike's terminology on Echo set a new precedent for the net. I thought that was funny. Anyway, good question, Lee. If you're still there, I guess we'll cut down for that, and good to hear Doug again. And otherwise, I think I'm going to be out of here. I just see your brother on Echo Link so I'll probably chat with him a minute and go do some chores around the house. Thank you very much, Brian. Your signal held up for most of to the very end. Fantastic. It is what it is. K1, BOB, back to minute. Thank you, Brian.
You bet, Bob. Well, good to hear you this morning, Bob. And I think that my brother is probably dealing with some thunderstorms this morning, so we'll talk to him over on Echo Link there, I guess. So 73s for now, Bob. K1 BOB. We'll talk to you some more on Echo Lake. Break with you. Let's go back out to Las Cruces to Joe, W5ABI, and you're half right there this morning, Joe. You're up for the 73 round, W5ABI, WB5 DRI.
Yeah, WB5 DRI, ABI. Good net, things aren't starting to deteriorate, so fortunately we got the 73 round there. Anyhow, have a good one, and I'll be on in the morning. WB5 DRI, W5 ABI.
Okay, Joe, 73s to you, sir. Have a great day there in Las Cruces. Break with you. Let's go back out to Georgia, the KM4CAX. Also with the correct answers. Jack, you're up for the 73 round, WB5 DRI. Well, I don't hear Jack. I think he may have checked out. Let's go ahead and try our other Georgia station this morning, K4YDB. Charlie, you're up for the 73 round, WB5 DRI.
WB5 DRI, K4YDB. Well, Brian, you're right. Conditions are changing over here. You've dropped down a little bit. About an S6 on that last transmission, but anyway, copying you pretty good though. Anyway, 73s, everybody have a good day. And I'm gonna go out here and see if I can play in the dirts. K4YDB, back to net.
Okay, Charlie. Well, you have a great day there too. Have a great weekend as well. And break with K4YDB. Let's go up to Bowling Green, Kentucky, to Chris again. And congratulations there. Chris, on getting the second question correct there. KS5KY, WB5 DRI.
Frequency still in use there, old man.
Okay, Chris, well, good to hear you this morning. 73s to you, sir. Break with KS5KY. Let's go back out to New Jersey. And congratulations there, Ray, on getting the questions correct. WB2JJO, WB5DRI. You're up for the 73 round, Ray.
Okay, very fine here, Brian. W5DRI from WB2JJO. Well, I tell you what, outstanding net, outstanding questions. I love helicopter questions because I'm a helicopter guy. But one thing I did not know, when I found out today, I didn't know you can change the engines from forward to backward and still make it work. I'm not too much on that, but anyway, that was a good piece of information for me. So, Brian, you did a fine job. You've been holding an S7 to S9 to the whole entire net on the radio. So I'll just say 73 to you. I wish you a good afternoon to you and your family. So we'll catch you next time for sure. So with that there, 73 to all the flyers, and have yourself a blessed day. WB5 DRI from WB2JJO.
Okay, Ray. Well, you have a blessed day there also, and thanks for joining us this morning. 73s. Break with WB2JJO. Let's go back up to Nebraska to Mike, KF0OPE. Mike, you're up for the 73 round, WB5 DRI. Okay, Mike, 73s, and have a good weekend there. with KF0OPE. Let's try James there again. And congratulations, James. You also got the correct answers. KG5PTE. You're up for the 73 round, James. WB5DRI.
Good morning, Brian. WB5DRI, KG5PT. Well, I am definitely exercising and being an amateur radio operator. I'm running HF, 20 meters, and VHF, and another repeater. So I got two radios at one time. And Uncle Cliff, W5PIX, just came through Belton here, and he is probably westbound on I-14, headed home. So he's probably climbing down the hill there at Nolanville, and he said he's going to stop and get some coffee in Lampasas. And I'm on my second round of coffee, and all good way around. And good deal, Bob. K2SJP. You got the radio, you got the box. Can't wait to hear how it sounds. And all's good here. So Brian, thanks for running the net. 7-3s, everybody. I'll catch y'all on Echo Lake. WB5DRI, KG5PT.
Okay, James. Well, very fine. I'm still copying you very, very well on the SDRs this morning. So we'll talk to you some more on Echo Link. 73s. Break with KG5PTE. Let me try, let's see. Let's go to K2SJP down in Lutz. Bob, you're up for the 73 round. WB5DRI.
WB5DRI. This is K2S. James, we did just leave the box sitting inside the front door over here. So when I get off at Echo Link, I'll be opening it up, trying it out after I get a couple of things down around here. Since we just got here, it's about 11. So we were running late today. Sorry about that. But, nice weather over here. Everything is nice. We're really enjoying it because it was so hot, so it was not comfortable at all. Yes, it's that hot. It's just gross here. So we had there's a barbecue, so we went there with the rest of the family and enjoyed that. Nice, big pool with a diving board and everything. We see that we're doing that. So the credits in this one, we come on over to Echo Link over there. WB5DRI.
Okay, Bob, real fine. K2SJP. Well, that barbecue pool party there sounds like a lot of fun. So very good on that. And have a great day there down there in Lutz. And I'm sure you're having some very nice weather. So have a good one. Maybe we'll talk to you some more on Echo Link here. Break with K2SJP. We are almost to the bottom. I see we've been joined by a visitor out in California that might still be in there with us. Let me see if I can get him in here. Richard, out in Winchester, California. Kilo Charlie 6 Alpha Romeo Tango. What do you have for our net, sir? You're up on our 73 round, WB5DRI. KC6 ART, are you there? WB5DRI. Well, I'm not hearing him. We'll give him a 73, and thanks for listening to our net this morning, and do come back and join us anytime. We're on here every day, normally starting up at 1000 Central. 1500Z this time of the year. So break with you. Let me see if I can get Cliff, our mall station, back in there. Whiskey 5, Papa India X-ray. Cliff, you're up for the 73 round. WB5 DRI.
WB5 DRI. W5PI. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, we're going through Colleen and Hawker Heights here right now. Going past our Furniture Row store that we deliver to here. And in and out here, the lamp passes, and the sky is lightening up a little bit, but we also still get a little bit of rain, which is good. We do need it. And put everybody back to work mowing their grasses. Anyways, good question this morning. Good net. Good group of people. Always enjoy hearing everybody that we usually don't hear during the weekend. Or week, I should say. And everybody do good. Be good. Be careful out there. Raise another glass of whiskey and enjoy. And if you can, get you some of that Bluebell cinnamon ice cream. There you go. Put a plug in for that there, Bob. My daughter's up there in Denver looking for it right now. And, of course, her name is Cinnamon. And anyway, 7-3s, everyone. Have a very blessed day. This is W5PIX Mobile out here around Old Fort Hood, Texas.
Okay, Cliff, very fine. W5PIX, WB5DRI. Well, you're sounding good there, Cliff, and near Fort Hood, Fort Cavazos now, I guess, also Fort Hood. Very good to have you with us this morning, Cliff, and that cinnamon ice cream sounds interesting. I'm going to have to try that. Anyway, 73s for now, Cliff. Maybe we'll talk to you some more on Echolink. Excuse me. Break. That is the bottom of the list. Did I miss any stations? Or do we have any last stations that would like to check in before we close this net down? This is WB5DRI. Please call now. Well, can you come back? I think you may have doubled with another station there. Can you separate and come back, please? This is WB5DRI.
Hello, Quebec Pro, Lima X-ray Victor.
Okay, I got a couple of Kilo Echo Zero stations, I believe. The Kilo Echo Zero Juliet station. Can you come back and give me your call sign again slowly and your name and location, please? Okay, I got you in St. Louis, Missouri there. Kilo Echo Zero, and I still have your call sign completely correct, I don't think, old man. I think is it Hotel Juliet Lima? Okay, I got it that time. Appreciate it. KE0 Juliet India Lima in Missouri. What was your name again, over? I didn't quite catch that. I'm sorry. What was it? Yeah. Is that correct? Golf Echo Romeo. Gerald, I think you said. Is that correct? Okay, Gerald, real fine. Well, good to have you with us this morning. What else do you have for our net there? We're on our 73 round here. Okay, Gerald, real fine. Well, you're about 5'9" with me. 73 is to you, sir. Come back and join us whenever you can on the net. We're on here every day, starting up at 10 o'clock Central Time on this frequency. So break with KE0JIL. Let me get the other KE0 station in there. KE0 Lima X-Ray Victor. You're up, sir, for our 73 round. WB5DRI on the Air Force's Flyers Club net.
This is Kilo, Quebec 4, Lima X-Ray Victor.
Oh, wow, I really butchered your call sign. I apologize for that. Kilo Bravo 4, Lima X-Ray Victor. Do I have your call sign correct now?
No, it's Kilo, Quebec 4, Lima X-Ray Victor.
Oh, I'm sorry. Kilo Quebec 4, Lima X-Ray Victor. Can you give us your name and location, please?
The name is Mike. I'm in West Palm Beach, Florida. What's your QSO?
I'm in San Antonio, Texas. The name is Brian, Mike, and I'm in San Antonio. Over.
Very good, Brian. Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you there, Mike, down in Florida, and 73 is to you. Thanks for checking in to our net this morning. Anything else for a Flyers Club net this morning? KQ4LXV, WB5DRI. For 73 is Mike. Have a good day there in Florida, and do come back and join us whenever you can there. Break with King Queen 4, Lima X-Ray Victor. This is WB5DRI. Now closing the Air Force's Flyers Club net and returning the frequency to normal amateur use. God bless our troops and God bless the USA. WB5DRI